Hey everyone, Randy Harrington here. Hey, I get a lot of messages from people asking questions about the equipment that we use. I want to go ahead and do just an equipment video tonight about the thermal drone. And specifically, I want to tell you what happened the last time I was out, which was around Thanksgiving. I was down in the Kiamichis, and the nights were pretty cold. So there were nights where it was below freezing, and I had some issues down there when I was out on some of the logging roads, and I would pull the thermal drone out, and from the heat difference throughout the day, I could see that there was condensation on it, and that really concerned me, because I certainly don't want to have any moisture issues within this unit. I mean, it's like a computer with wings. And so, just like a laptop, you don't want to have, moisture getting into the components of a laptop computer. So, I was really worried about this. And so I really limited how much I would use it. I waited till it was nice and warm during the day when I, used it after that. But here's what I did. I purchased online a box full of these silica gel packs. And these are good sized ones, and it's no different from the small gel packs that you get in a bag of beef jerky, where it keeps the moisture. It absorbs any of the moisture, because of course you want your beef jerky to stay dry. So I bought a whole box full of these, and I am going to start keeping these within, in the packaging of this, just in case there's ever any condensation. I don't want to have to worry about it. So I think that's a smart idea. You can see I've got one over here too, because I've got a waterproof pack here that I made that also holds the controller. So yeah, that I think that's a good idea, smart idea. And but here's the drone itself. It's an Autel Evo 2 dual thermal drone, and it's not a little thing. It's good sized, but everything is film wise, camera wise, is put into a flash card, a micro flash card that you run into the side of this unit. And the batteries go in the rear. Plug the batteries in here. I've got 5 batteries, and they were not cheap. I mean, the unit came with 2, and I bought 3 more, and I think the batteries are like $250 a piece. So just the cost is ridiculous. But anyways, so you can understand, with a $10,000 drone and a $1,500 controller, the moment I saw the moisture on it this past trip out there, it kind of made me a little panicky, because you can't be playing around with that kind of money. So I hate to say that we would be limited on being able to use this because of the temperatures, but it's a fact. I mean, we're going to have to be concerned with the very frigid temperatures anyways. So yeah, so this here's the unit, and you got the gimbal camera and everything ensemble on front. You can go back and look at some of my videos and see, just the capabilities of this thing. I mean, every time I open this thing up and set it up and fly it again, I have to reacquaint myself. There are so many things that you have to stay on top of, not just how it's toggled, but pulling up the screen and making selections of camera and angles and thermals and just everything. It's very confusing, and I imagine over time it will get easier and easier. But man, I am not there yet. It's very confusing for a non-tech person, to have to go through the learning process every time you open this thing up. But there are things that even now I have to watch videos on it to see that there are new ways that you can use this, for what we're trying to use it for. But I also wanted to show. And this, I want to explain this as because of what happened when Shane and I approached that little one several years back in the field there at the 400. And when Shane approached that little one, of course, another scenario like that, and this drone will be fantastic. But at that time, all I had was the handheld unit, and as Shane approached the little one, I was telling Shane what the little one was doing in response to his approach. So I'm having to yell across the way. The closer he gets to the little one, the further he is away from me. So I was having to yell, telling what the little one was doing, and that only added, I mean, it's logical that me yelling across the way towards the little one and Shane, you could see that it was nervous already, but me yelling instructions to Shane of what it was doing and where to move and all that kind of stuff only added probably to the anxiety of the little one. So I was thinking, man, how can we eliminate that? So I bought this, and this was like 600 bucks. So I mean, just you're going to keep pumping more and more money into this, but you know, I think it's necessary. If we get into that situation again, these are wireless headsets where, you know, you can have this on and Shane and I can talk to each other remotely while I'm flying the drone and he's out, let's say, approaching a subject, and we can keep our talking to just a whisper. I can tell him what the thing is doing. You know, you need to move to your right. Okay, you better stop because I can see that it's acting nervous. So this is going to be a much better way for us to communicate in the moment without adding to the level of anxiety on both parts, on not only our part but the creature's part, so that we can keep it as calm and cool as possible. So I think this is a big addition to the drone in you know, being able to, if we come into a scenario like that again, have it be very, very successful. So having to create a bunch of shelves around here for all the extra equipment that I get. I mean, I've got so much Bigfooting stuff. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do with it. And I did ask Shane if the next time we're out at the 400, which will be this spring sometime, if we can go out where this happened with that juvenile, and I can send the drone up and take some aerial photographs of the trail, where the little one was laying in the field, and the wood line where the mother threw the rock at Shane. I want to show a picture from above and be able to draw everything where we saw the body imprint of the little one that was laying there when we did our investigation the next morning. So you can get a nice overhead picture of that spot, and I'll show the video, the thermal video of Shane walking out there. So if you can see from overhead where everything happened, and then look at the video, the thermal video of Shane going out there, it's going to give you a much clearer picture of what happened that night. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. I'm so happy with the way that my YouTube videos have turned out using the format of PowerPoint, where I can show these things and then talk about it in a little view on the corner of me talking while explaining things. I really like it, and I hope you guys do too. So, well, anyways, so this is the equipment video that I wanted to give you guys, fill you in, especially the packets that's going to keep the moisture out of this thing. That takes a weight off my shoulders from what happened this last time. But thank you. Goodbye.